Hey everyone. I am loving the Royal Griff's angle in part two of her series. I've just watched it and I would love to support and contribute to it. I think she's included like one piece of like a really small piece of my work in her stuff. And also I think a bit of Akarox in Twitter that I know of. But I'm really loving how she's putting it together and working towards the whole photo manipulations. I think she's got an amazing talent there, and skill, and especially coming from the inside of an American, I think is just a really, it's just, that's been refreshing, really refreshing to see how she's noticing patterns as well. And I think that's really what I want to bring back to you tonight here in Australia is um this could be a really confusing time for you when if you're looking at my videos and you don't have everything laid out for you at the moment. And the same probably with the Royal Griff's work that she's doing at the moment, that you're not really like, you're kind of like, how would you say, it's um hmm, it's really conflicting to what you've believed for a really long time, and you're coming more face to face with what is the truth, um, which may not be clear as of yet, but you know something's making you uncomfortable and making you question something that you've believed in for a long time. And I just want to I really appreciate, after a long time of no one supporting this situation where this has been the truth for a long time, that the royal grift is now talking about. She says, how can the royal family, how can they not know with all their intelligence agencies, which is what I've said a lot of the time. There's a relationship between the CIA and MI6. They don't work independently from one another. They work in an alliance with one another. That's why there's the Five Eyes Alliance. Five Eyes being New Zealand, Australia, Canada, America, and UK. Now, that doesn't just happen where the CIA infiltrate to bribe or blackmail the royal family. That's just unheard of. You've got MI6 and you've got Scotland Yard. These are just, yeah, it makes no sense. And I want you to understand that. I want you to really, really understand that, to just get that into your head. This doesn't make sense. And if you notice patterns right now, that's all I care about. And I'm sure that's all the Royal Griff cares about, is that you're noticing these patterns back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you're gaining clarity slowly but surely. That's all I'm asking for. I can only speak on behalf of myself, but I really want you to understand that that's all I'm asking for. And to not defend something you don't really, you may be questioning. Just keep it open and keep it honest. And I'll try to do the same. If I'm incorrect, I'm more than happy to be incorrect. I just need you to prove that to me, rather than just voicing your opinion and calling it rubbish. Because you just, for me, I'm just like, okay, like another bias is, that another person trying to support something that means nothing to me and is not logical. So I think, yeah, just keep that open. Um, yeah, and I'm not a political person either. So I have nothing to gain from. I mean, really, do you think I have something to gain from telling you the truth? I'm not even monetized. So just, yeah. take whatever you want from what I'm giving you, but just don't gaslight me and close up on this and defend something that you're not sure about. Just keep it open and spot these patterns. So the reason why I'm bringing up TRG, and people who are gaslighting me on my comments, saying stop using other people's work, listen, stop fucking around the truth and stop trying to gaslight me and discredit me. How about that? Okay? I used the Royal Gifts part where she was talking about Samantha Markle's book. And even if I was talking about some of her findings, it would be in support of her. Did I tell her she was wrong and use her stuff? Did I then, go off of her findings? She was reading from the book. So please don't even try, okay? Don't bother. Anyway, this is in support of the Royal Grift and her findings, and I want to go through to extend the questioning she's had based on her findings, because I think this is the only way we can kind of work together across the oceans, is to help each other out to create a fluent exposure, shall we say, or truth-telling. So I'm just going to go into her video. I hope she's okay with me doing this. So this is the part, the section in part 4 of the Royal Grifts video that I want to respond to. And I hope she's okay with me using this. Please be advised, I'm not using her work and claiming it as my own. I am purely using this to answer her questions.
Okay. There's so many manipulations. Why not? Why not? We were led to believe that Meghan had this husband that she mailed rings back to. The guy has been silent. We've heard nothing from Corey Vitiello. Could all these people have been a part of this mass manipulation? Absolutely. This is what that intelligence agency can do to make happen. Could they have paid these guys off? Absolutely. To stay silent? Sure. At the time, perhaps maybe Trevor needed the cash. Who knows? But could this all have been staged? I'm willing to bet that somehow the government had a hand in putting Meghan in that Suits drama that nobody heard about until when she got hooked up with Prince Harry. Why not? When the government puts people in witness protection, they create all kinds of documents that claim that this person is who they are, whether it be new birth certificates, licenses, passports, even marriage certificates. It's all laid out. So who's to say that this wasn't the case? This very well could have been the case. And for us to say that the royal family had absolutely no idea who or what this person is, to me is a little naive, because they have the access to the best intelligence in the world. For me, as a simple YouTuber who is doing investigation here, can find and uncover all of this. You don't think that they didn't see this or know about it? Come on, people. Wake up.
Now, the questions regarding Trev, Corey, I've already answered the birth certificates, and I've already answered the entirety of, well, not even the entirety of Nuts identity creation, because there's just so much there. I haven't yet, but I have answered the birth certificates of Farchi's, Nuts, and Fiblets. I have also debunked the divorce of Trev and Nut. Yes, I've done a whole video on it because it's also been fabricated by these intelligence agencies. And I haven't even started on Corey. But God, I have a story to tell you. So the first point I want to make is that Bauer talked about in his book Revenge, he talked about a podcast with Trevor. By the way, this short video that I put up about this has actually been removed from my YouTube without any notification. Someone has gone in and deleted my short video from YouTube. I cannot believe. I was trying to find it to reference it, and I was just like, what? Why? Why now? Anyway, very strange. So Bauer says 3 weeks before the big party, meaning the September 2011 wedding party in Jamaica with Trev and Nut, there was a there was a podcast with Trevor with two friends they were not, highlighted the difference between him and Megan. So what the point I want to make is that he said 3 weeks before the big party. Notice how Bauer, remember that they didn't get married then. Their official wedding, as you can see below, is the 16th of August in a civil ceremony in LA. Does it make sense? Not really. But he's saying 3 weeks before the big party, which was in September, wasn't it? In September 2011. So you don't make the connection that 3 weeks before September would be very close to the actual wedding, wouldn't it? Crazy that the short video I did on YouTube about this podcast was actually taken down. So YouTube, whoever is running YouTube, is selecting certain videos without my notification, without my consent, without any communication, and taking short videos down. There's no reason for me to lie about it. So, yeah, up to you whether you believe it or not, but yeah, that's what's going down. So anyway, let's get back to the podcast. 6 days before they actually married, this podcast happened. And these guys, Collider Podcast, actually posted this on March 19th, 2014. Let me show you.
All right, guys, so we are back. It is the Schmoes Know podcast. I don't know what episode it is. I fell asleep right next to Ellis. What's up, Ellis?
I'm going to go with episode 11. Hi, Christian.
Go back. Sorry, I have to do it through here.
What's up, Ellis?
I'm going to go with...
All right, guys, so we are back. It is the Schmoes Know podcast. I don't know what episode it is. I fell asleep right next to Ellis. What's up, Ellis?
I'm going to go with episode 11. Hi, Christian. It's very good to see.
All right, guys, so we are back. It is the...
So now this is the content I want you to listen to.
It's like, dude, I got nothing to do.
I was a PA on Debunking, and LL Cool J gave me a nickname. He called me Trev, the Legend Lev, which I thought was like the coolest fucking.
So just hear that it wasn't Nut who called Trevor Engelson Trev. It was LL Cool J. Had nothing to do with Nut. Let's continue.
Flask from LL Cool J. You know,
No, he didn't give me that, but now I have the name written on it.
He got him in
my
nickname.
fiance.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Does your fiance refer to you as Trev?
Once in a while.
really?
That should be in the wedding vows somewhere. Do you take this man, Trev?
3 weeks I get married.
Really?
Congratulations.
Wow. Well, it's kind of short notice. I guess I can...
3 weeks from 10th of August, he's going to get married. But in reality, he never got married in Jamaica. He got married at a civil ceremony in LA 6 days after this podcast.
I can rent a tux and give a speech or something.
No,
but
you're not invited.
Okay.
Fiance, my fiance.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Does your fiance refer to you as Trev?
Once in a while.
really?
That should be in the wedding vows somewhere. Do you take this man, Trev?
3 weeks I get married.
Really?
Congratulations.
Wow. Well, it's kind of short notice. I guess I can rent a tux and give a speech or something.
No,
but
you're not.
Now we're going to go through the video I did of Trev and the findings I had. Well, some of the findings, actually, not all of them. Let me scroll down. Dearest Trev, 4 months ago.
Hello, everyone. I've got an interesting one for you today. This was debunked some time ago, but I haven't made it public just because I'm busy with life, and I'm sure you are too. So this one is about Nuts application, divorce application to Trev, and debunking this as fraudulent, a complete fabrication. This relationship, I believe, was possibly genuine. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I think it's been beneficial to both, but that's my own opinion. I know from what has been said, through mainstream media, that they were married on August the 16th, 2011, that it was not, in fact, all of those images of a party that was, I think supposedly they were married off by Trevor Engelson's father, who's not a priest of any kind, or it's absurd. That was in September 2011, so pretty much a month after they were actually married in Los Angeles, supposedly, which I've yet to see the marriage certificate for. I really don't know if his marriage is at all authentic, if it's real. It could be, but I have not yet seen actual proof that it was. Other than a reception that happened a month later, and then a supposed honeymoon in New Zealand that happened in January 2012. So all up, an entire marriage took 4 months on and off to complete. Very, very strange. But here we are. So I had the divorce application to go off, and there's 2 cases online. So here's the actual application, which you will be able to see here, which I'm sure you can find online. I think it's through Radaris, I think that's how you say it. Sorry, it's an American magazine that they used a lot for this crap. And then there's Unicourt, that also has the case here, and there's also Trellis, which has the case here. Now, for each of these cases, last refreshed 2021, that's pretty funny. For each of these cases, there's cases and forms that have been published online. It's been a lot of different information that is incongruent with one another. So let's go for it. There's 3 different presiding judges for each case and form, which is, I don't know how that actually makes any sense. It could make sense, but I don't see how it would ever make any sense, especially given some of the other details that we should consider. So the first was Judge Maloney. He is Stephen Maloney. He was appointed by Arnold Schwarzenegger in 2009 to be a judge, Department 27 supposedly, and he filed the case was assigned to him, and yet it was then similarly assigned to Robert Schneider, which was misspelt. It's not spelled Schneider. It's spelled with just I, no E. And I think he's actually been accredited to Obama being elected. Yeah. Some political ties there that can't go unmissed and unchecked. And then you have the presiding judge, supposedly, I think this was on the Unicourt case, Daniel J. Buckley. So there you go. That's pretty much what I've said. Now this is the first kicker. Daniel J. Buckley only became a presiding judge in 2017, as you can see here. And he wasn't a presiding judge in just everyday divorce applications. He was a presiding judge in 2017 to 2018 in the complex civil department. He was also during the time
Complex civil department. I don't think that would be the same department that does divorces.
the application had taken place and was actually finalized in 2014, he was a supervising judge in the same department, in the complex civil department in Los Angeles. So I hardly believe he had anything to do with this case. Already a failure in my eyes, but let's continue. If you look here into this is the application, supposedly. There is meant to be a deputy called Letitia Murillo, possibly Manilo, but I think it's Letitia Murillo or Murillo. I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. I have not seen any credibility as to her existence. I don't know if she exists. Legally, she should have a trail, but I can't see any online, so I don't believe she does exist, in my opinion. But the CEO and clerk who signed off, or who was a part of this case that was assigned, John A. Clark, he couldn't have possibly certified and stamped this and filed this divorce application on August the 7th, 2013, because he actually retired by March 31st, 2013, 4 months, 8 days prior. And if you can see this news release down here, William Mitchell was serving as the interim CEO until September 2013. So it would have been his stamp and certification on the application, not
Which never was there. You don't have him in any of the court documents.
a CEO who's already left his post. So there's just the details of the article. If you see here, you see Clark leaving post after 18 years on March the 31st, 2013. There was an article about it, but also there was a release by the LA courts that I've just shown you. Wouldn't be signing a divorce or approving a divorce application if he was not there. The kicker, the major kickers, there's two. There's that one, the Clark, John A. Clark, not even being in office at that time that the application was supposedly put through. And then also the fact that Form FL 100, which is listed, I'll just show you below, listed in the application. Let me have a look here. I'll go up and show you. Okay, let's have a look here. It's blurry and I've actually made it bigger elsewhere, but you will see right in the corner on the left, you will see it says FL 100 revised REV dot January 1st, 2003, supposedly. And then on the right bottom side, you've got page 1 of 2, and you've got the family codes that are applicable to the divorce application. So let's go back. So FL 100, which is the one listed on Nutt's divorce application, didn't actually exist by August 2013. it was in fact FL 103. So if you scroll down to page 3, in 2013, there was FL 100. That code didn't actually exist. It was still FL 103, but the content of the petition for marriage was on page 3. Page 2 of 2. There's the family codes here on the side. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 listed there. So if we go back now. So FL 103 was legally revised on January 1st, 2013, not 2003 as listed in Nutt's legally invalid divorce application. I will show you where it is now. Of Nutt's evidence, supposedly. So if you can make it out, there's FL 100 revised or REV dot January 1st, 2003. Okay, but the August form was FL 103. 100 did not exist, and it was revised January the 1st, 2013, thus making this legally invalid. You can see here there's only 2 codes listed, family codes listed, and the last one, which looks to be 3420, does not exist. It's probably cut off, but at the same time, you see page 1 of 2 ending at in the same area. No, there was not just 2 codes that were applicable. The first one does exist, the second one doesn't. So there you go. And you can see here, this is the actual form as I've just shown you before. And there's the actual codes that exist.
And always blurry.
So if you're asking what am I trying to prove, definitely that this divorce application is not real. It may lead you to ask, is the marriage real? If they did divorce, why are they covering it up? When did they actually divorce? When did they actually marry? We don't know these things. They may possibly have had a genuine marriage and relationship, but we really don't know. And this just proves it. And this just proves that this is an entire cover-up, an entire identity construct that you've been forced to believe. Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to the next point. So we've now just proven that the divorce application, the divorce itself, is not real. There's no evidence of a marriage on the 16th of August, because on the 10th of August, Trev says that he's been getting married in 3 weeks, which would be the September event. But I also can debunk that for you. 100% agree with the royal grift with the fact that the wedding photos of Trev and Nutt are completely manufactured and or edited and highly modified. Now this is why there's this boy that is a part of this family unit here in this picture. Those are, I think those are the parents there, which is Trev's business partner at the time. So that child and his sister are nowhere to be seen in these photos. Why? Why would Trev's business partner and best friend not have his kids there? And this photo is Trev in New Zealand in January for that supposed honeymoon. He has a ring, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Something's amiss here. Nakarok has said in as well, are these images staged? If so, how? Firstly, there's no credited photographer or source. Secondly, no guests are looking at the couple's first dance. And finally, there are no shadows of the people. Are these images fake? This was long discussed. This was in April of this year. So 4 months ago. Credit not known. No shadows. All done. At this point, we're questioning the situation of this September 2011 Jamaica Inn wedding. We don't know if it's real or not, if it's legitimate. There's one thing that I should explain to you. Every year in September, up to the year 2013, Jamaica Inn made yearly renovations, and they closed off the complete inn, the hotel, for the month of September up until 2013. Do you think they made it available in 2011 for an event? Let me show you. So this was, I went through their Facebook, and this person was, Jamaica Inn was excited to finally reopen. And this woman asked, why haven't you opened in September? And Jamaica Inn says, we were usually closed due to our yearly renovations. Not open in September up until 2013. So that wedding didn't happen. If it happened, it was not September 2011. Didn't happen in August 2011. Who knows when it happened, if it happened at all. So we've got fabricated divorce, fabricated marriage, and all supported by Bauer and everyone else in the UK. But the palace would have no idea what's going on, would they?